Yo, what's up, guys? What's going on? Back with day 20 of Fat to Fit. Today we did some back and biceps, and this is a second recording because for some reason my fucking mic decided to connect to my headset mic that I don't have instead of my blue snowball mic. So we're back recording it again. And I honestly don't remember what I said, but you know, we did some back, biceps, rear delts, and some forearms. Trying to get some Popeye arms, but started off with some good mornings today. Honestly, these are feeling a lot better than before. These are really hard. Um, Specifically, just because you have to have so much focus. You have to brace well. You have to hinge well. You have to arch a little bit in your back to keep yourself safe from injury. Um, Overall hard. And I'm really taking it slow on these because I'm not too sure um, how strong my lower back is right now. I've deadlifted a lot of weight on deadlifts, but this is a very new movement overall. Like, I don't think I've ever done good mornings like consistently for a long time. I think the most I've ever done them is like a 4 week block when I was under um, a coach for powerlifting training, and this is more for hypertrophy. So I'm really trying to take it slow, really hinge, a nice deep hamstring stretch, and then, power back up. And honestly, I think these are probably a really good squat tool just for like maintaining a rigid torso during squat movements. But, I'm doing these more for hypertrophy. So, it's fine right now. Um, but I'm trying to really like remember what I was talking about. I think it was how to deal with a lack of motivation when it comes to training. Because today I didn't get like really good sleep. I didn't sleep until until like 12:30 p.m. and I woke up around 4:30. So just around like 4 hours. Um, and I don't know if sleep is that big of a factor for me because I feel like even without sleep, I've performed pretty well in the past. But like, I definitely need to eat before training. Like, I feel like it definitely could impacts more of training than sleep does to a like a large degree. But I woke up and I was like, man, I just don't want to train. And I was like, maybe I should just train tomorrow. I'm waiting for a gym attachment that I got off like Timu. It's like a lat pull down thing. It's like a prime rotate handles, but like a rip off, if you know what those are. There's like a little bar and two handles, but it didn't come today. And I was like, man, I know it's not gonna come, but like I kind of want to use it. So I was like, maybe I'll just do it tomorrow. But then I was like, it's not gonna come on Sunday. So then realistically, I'd have to wait for Monday. But then it's like at that point, it's just I'm already gonna be closer to my second push pull day than I was to just finishing the first. So I was just like, whatever. I'm just gonna go out there, warm up. And it was a good session. Like, it was a really good session today. Like, strong pump, felt strong. Um, but I think that's the really most important part when it comes to when you're dealing with lack of motivation is just to get up and go. Because the more that you sit here and reason with yourself and think, I'll just do it tomorrow. I'll, you know, do it tomorrow morning. I'll do it early or I'll go later. The further away that it gets from you, really, and the further away stuff in general gets from you, the easier it is to keep reasoning and just being like, well, I mean, I took too long. I might as well just not do it anymore. I might as well just wait. And it's like at that point, if you did it originally at the time that you were planned, you would have been further along in either your progress or your specifically for training in your recovery. You know, the more that you can get training in and the fastest you can get recovery starting to go, the better you will be off in general. And for me, I think that this is kind of a non-factor because for me, I've never had a problem with motivation to train and with getting myself and going up to train because since I started when I was like 16 or 17, I've always been go. Like, I love training, especially since I feel like I've always had purpose when it comes to training. Like, it was kind of to be healthy, but initially for like the first year, and then after that, it was like, okay, I'm training to be strong in the power lifts and squat, bench, deadlift. That's my goal. Every time I step in here, I'm doing something that is going to make me better in these three lifts specifically, right? And I think that that's more important than anything in the gym is like to know what it is that you're doing when it comes to being in the gym. If it's looking good, that's fine. If it's trying to gain muscle, hypertrophy training, strength training, conditioning, martial arts, whatever it is. And you have to have a clear goal because if you go in there and you're just like, I'm just going to wing it, like, I don't really know what I'm doing, like, I don't really care about getting stronger. I just want to gain some a little bit of muscle. I just want to look good. But it's like you have to have a clear, distinct goal when you step in there, or else it's gonna be easy to make more excuses. And I think for a lot of people, that's the problem that they face is just it's easy to make excuses because your goal, your will, I guess, is not strong enough. So you start to, you know, cope. And I think it's become a trend recently to be like, I'm not a weightlifter, I'm not a power lifter or bodybuilder. I don't have to try as hard as everybody else. I don't have to put in the effort to get in shape. And it's like I don't understand where this came from. Because in anything in life, especially in the gym, if you want to be good at powerlifting, if you want to be good at bodybuilding, even if you just want to have a semi decent physique, you're gonna have to put in effort. You don't even have to be a professional. You don't have to train for competitions. Like, I feel like you should be willing to put in the effort. And you're not cool for saying, well, I'm not any of these, so why should I put in the effort? Like you should be willing to put it in if it's something that you really want, right? If it's something that you're really chasing, it should be something that you prioritize at least a little bit. I'm not telling you to put everything on the back burner, but like if you really enjoy or not even enjoy it, but if you really want it, you should be willing to put more into it, and I think that it's important for people to realize that it's not something that you're just going to sit here and, do a little bit of and get a lot out of it, right? Especially if you're somebody who doesn't have a base, like you're gonna need to do more at the beginning to gain muscle. And it's easier to maintain down the road, but you're gonna have to do a lot at the beginning. And, you know, honestly, if you're somebody that doesn't really know what they're doing and you need guidance, I would say don't look for a coach. Look for a program from a reputable source. Reputable sources, people that have made others at world class national levels consistently in their sport, powerlifting, bodybuilding, you know, people that are reputable. Because there's a lot of TikTok, Instagram coaches that have been competing for 3 years. They go to, I don't know, let's say a national level meet, or let's say a world level, not really world level because there's very few. that are going to make it that far in their first, let's say, 3 years. But national level meet, they place, there's two people in their weight class, and all of a sudden they start selling $250 programs on their TikTok when they don't have, you know, the knowledge required to even sell $50 programs. And, it kind of irritates me because it's like you're taking advantage of those that were in a similar situation as you, and, bartering it off as I'm just trying to help you and I'm trying to help people that are in a similar spot. Increase your knowledge. Start off selling $50 and then go up when you gain more knowledge and you feel that your product is worth what it is, right? Because it's not worth 250 if you're in your first 3 years of competing and you've coached less than a year, you know, compared to like these coaches that have been competing for 10, you know, coaching for 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, as long as they've been competing and they've produced multiple world class level athletes. It's like there's really no comparison, right? And these people just try to pass it off as trying to help, but really they just want to cash out on a naive audience, right? Even if they don't want to admit it or if they don't realize it, like your knowledge is not enough to justify what you're trying to charge people. And that's why I've never charged anyone, because my knowledge was not enough. I've gotten people strong, but I've never tried to sell people programs because I genuinely wanted to help people get stronger. And it's just insane to me, right? You know, that these coaches are just so scandalous, so, but I mean, it is what it is, right? Some people don't care, some people do care. And I think it's really important to distinguish that, you know. So if you have trouble finding somebody who's reputable, just look at the strongest people. Most of the strongest people, the biggest people, they'll have common coaches. And, you know, look at their, they usually tag their coach in a lot of stuff. Look at him, click on his profile, see how many lifters he's, posting. Usually coaches, their content is all posting their athletes most of the time. And if they posted their athletes and you click on them and they're high level competitors, see if they have a program that you could buy, see if it works for you, and go from there, because that's going to be so much more, it's going to be so much better for you to have something set in stone, right? I was blabbering, but if you guys enjoyed the video, hope you leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you for day 21.